In a previous video, I described how to create an Excel query. And what we did was we created two queries, one from an XML file, which is a extensible markup language data file typically found online. It's a data file with data online. And we merged in a table from an Access database. Now in this video, I want to describe how you can now merge those two queries into one. In order to do that, you have to have a common field, and the common field doesn't necessarily have to have the same field name, but it must have the same data type. So in this query here, the XML data query, we have many sales of many products, and then the quantity that was sold on each sale date. In our database, we have the product ID, which uniquely identifies every record in this table. So this becomes the primary key field. So it has one record per table, where in the XML data we have the product ID, which will match those fields. We can create a relationship between the two, but we have many sales, and that becomes what's called a one-to-many relationship. You have one product listed in the database table with many sales in the XML data sales table. So let's begin by merging the two. What you do is you start with we come up to the XML data table, and we'll just start anywhere in the records, but we'll just start in A2. You go up to your Query Tools ribbon, and you're going to click Merge. Okay? It tells you, it brings up the file, or the query, the XML SPA data, and the three columns or fields that are part of that query. Now we're going to merge it with the table SPA products, which has 4 fields. And what we want to do is we want to then select, you want to select which fields are the same or are going to be merged. So you want to select the product ID field from the table SPAs up above to the product ID field in the table below. Now you may come up with this privacy level. I'm just going to, you can ignore it because you know both of these tables are good data, so it's not going to be exposed. So go ahead and click Save. All right. Now once you have this, you have to determine what kind of join line you want. And if you click the drop down arrow for the kinds of joins, we started with the many table, the many sales, which should match at least one record in the second table or the SPA products table. So that's called a left outer join. If we had selected the SPA table product first and then the XML table second, we would want a right outer join. So we're going to have a one-to-many. Once we selected it, it tells you that out of the 54 records in our XML file, we have a match for every single one of them in our SPA tables. So go ahead and click OK. All right, now what we want to do is we want to expand this. We see the three fields from our XML data. We want to expand the SPA products, and we want to bring in all of these, and we want to use all these fields, and we want to continue to use the same column name prefix. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. I'm just going to turn off the formula bar. We'll turn that on later. All right, and so now we've brought in all these other fields. Now we're going to name the merge, And we'll go ahead and call this merge the XML and access. So it merges an XML file with an access database table. Okay? And we're going to sort, you can type that in and hit enter. And now let's sort the products by table spa product ID. Table spa products. No, we want to sort it by table spa sales product ID. So let's go ahead and sort this in ascending order. Okay. So if we want, okay, before we click load, I want you to look, we want to show you that once, the nice part about any type of query is the Power Query editor will show you what each object is dependent on. So we can click the Query Dependency button, and it shows us that I have one file called XML Spa Sales, XML file stored on my network drive, and I have an Access database database file stored in that same folder. We're pulling the XML Spa query into a worksheet based on that file, and we're pulling in this table spa products based on another file, and now these two queries have now merged into one. If you don't like that layout, you can always choose a different layout, left to right, if you want to see it that way. We'll close the dependencies. We'll come up to our home ribbon here, and we'll go close and merge. Give it a minute to merge. Okay, and if I just resize this, so now in my queries and connections, you can see we have two different queries, and now these are merged. And let's just name this worksheet Merge XML and Access. And now we have merged these two queries into one spreadsheet.